Yo, what's up, growth family? It's your granddad AO, and the growth doesn't stop. So you already know, if you want to get your life right, then you're gonna have to get your mind right. If you're gonna get your mind right, hit subscribe, because my content is gonna let you do that. So remember last year when I said these things about high maintenance people?
Everyone's wondering why you're not talking to them, and because you're so far away, if people don't understand that you're a low maintenance person, then they're gonna distance themselves away from you because they feel like you don't like them because you're not talking to them, when that's not the case.
Yeah, I said a couple things. Well, that was right before the pandemic hit, and in this video, I'm going to talk a bit about how the pandemic may have affected other low maintenance people and how it's affected me being a low maintenance person. So make sure you stay tuned for the full length of the video. Now, it's like, so as you probably know, before the pandemic and the other video, if you've already watched it, it's like I really just didn't see the point of talking to people quite often. Very often when there's like nothing to talk about, you know what I mean? I just didn't see the need in it. But is that still true? Do I still feel that way? I do a little bit. It's weird, because obviously I now understand the importance of regular communication with people and speaking to people regularly. I understand that it's good to keep in contact with people just so you can, know that they're alive and you know what's actually going on in their life. And to be fair, I did sort of say that we maybe do need to raise the bar and communicate a bit more often. As long as we are obviously still comfortable, but just communicate more often with people, because we shouldn't really be waiting for something to happen like a pandemic to be checking up on people, making sure that they're healthy, they're still alive, and all of that. And it's weird, like, as much, because I feel like the pandemic has given us a reason to communicate more, but people understand if you're communicating less. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, because we know that people are struggling mentally, people need space, there's a lot going on, loads of us are losing loved ones and just people close to us, so loads of people aren't always going to be in the mood to talk to people all the time. But because of that, weighed up against the fact that we are in a pandemic and everyone's in a lockdown. Well, if you're in the UK, if you're in Britain, you're in lockdown still, and it's like, weighed up against the fact that if we don't talk to people, we're not going to hear them, and we need to communicate with people because it's good for our mental health to just communicate with other people. It is very interesting to see how it's sort of balanced out. I think, well, as a low maintenance person, and maybe other low maintenance people can understand when I say this, is that the bar has been raised in terms of how much more, how the bar's been raised in our communication levels. We learn to communicate more. But I've seen so many people, and rightfully so, just come offline, disappear, and just take breaks from social media and not really be talking to people and stuff like that. And it's just interesting. I do feel like I've become more of a bit more high maintenance. I'll still say I'm low maintenance, like I'm still like down here, you know what I mean? But it is like I have learned to communicate more, because I've learned for my own mental health that I need to talk to people. I enjoy talking to people, which is one of the wonders of Clubhouse, for example, that you can just communicate with people and hear their voices as well, not just dry messaging all the time. I do think that is really important, that we understand that we do have these social needs and the need to socialize. And as much as social media, just normal social media does that, hearing people's voices is so important as well. It adds another layer and like depth, and just it gives more meaning to our communication. It gives us more ways to communicate. I just think it scratches our communicative needs. So yeah, it's weird because loads of people have definitely dropped off the grid in means of just like disappearing. I just think it's funny. I was like, yeah, man, what's the need of communicating? La di da di da. And who knows? Maybe I will revert back to my old ways before the after the pandemic. Sorry, after the pandemic came, maybe I'll revert back to my old ways, just not communicating and not popping off and chatting to people and all of that. But I don't necessarily see that happening. I see myself communicating with people more, just the same way I am now, and even possibly doing it more, because like now it's gotten to the point of where I just don't like being on social media, and that's a different sort of conversation for another day. But I really don't like being on social media at the moment, which makes it harder once again. Not once again, because it wasn't hard, I just didn't like doing it, but it makes it hard because I didn't like, I don't like being in the places where people communicate. Like, it's the same with some of my friends. Some of them have said, sorry, I just haven't really been in the mood to talk, and that's fine. But that's the thing, because of the pandemic, people are more understanding. Do you know what I mean? That there are going to be days that you just don't want to talk, and as good as it is to check up on people, not everybody wants to talk about air. Just have these airy talk about whatever, like just nonsense conversations all the time. And even in saying that, people can't meet each other. So I know that because I can't meet people, I'm now having to message them more. Because before it was like, I can just meet, I'll chat to you then. But now I'm not meeting nobody. It's lockdown, you know what I'm saying? I ain't breaking no lockdown laws personally. Can't speak for everyone. But yeah, so it has forced a lot of our slow maintenance people to communicate more. But I'll be interested to hear you guys' experience, whether you're a low maintenance person, high maintenance, or you just don't know what you are and you feel like you're in the middle and you like to communicate like here and there. Sometimes with some people it's a lot, some people it's not a lot. Yeah, let me know what you guys' experiences are. That's it for today. That's it for today, man. Catch you guys later. Peace.